Welcome back to Travel Trip Destinations. Ever wonder what actually happened at the first Thanksgiving? Forget the picture-perfect story you learned in school. The real history is far more fascinating, complex, and honestly, a little uncomfortable. Let's dive into what really went down in 1621. So here's the scene. It's the fall of 1621 in Plymouth, Massachusetts. About 50 English colonists known today as the Pilgrims are celebrating their first successful harvest. But here's what most people don't know. This wasn't even called Thanksgiving back then. It was just a harvest celebration. The Pilgrims had arrived on the Mayflower in December 1620, and that first winter was brutal. Nearly half of them died from disease and starvation. Only 24 men, 5 women, and 24 children survived to see that harvest. Enter the Wampanoag people. They were the indigenous inhabitants of this region for over 12,000 years. Their leader, Ousamequin, you might know him as Massasoit, made a strategic decision to help these struggling colonists. Why? The Wampanoag had been devastated by European diseases, losing thousands of people. They needed allies against rival tribes, particularly the Narragansett. A man named Tisquantum, known as Squanto, became crucial to the colonists' survival. But here's the part they do unteach. Squanto had been kidnapped by English sailors years earlier. Sold into slavery in Spain, escaped to England, and only recently returned to find his entire village wiped out by disease. The Pilgrims had built Plymouth right on top of his former home. Now, about that famous feast, when 4 colonists went hunting, the gunshots alarmed the Wampanoag, who thought war was brewing. Massasoit showed up with 90 men, almost double the number of colonists. What was supposed to be a small celebration became a 3-day gathering with about 140 people. And the food? Forget your modern Thanksgiving dinner. There was no pumpkin pie, no mashed potatoes, no cranberry sauce as we know it. The menu likely included wild fowl, probably geese, and ducks more than turkey venison brought by the Wampanoag, eels, shellfish, cornmeal, and maybe some squash. It's no desserts either since the colonists had run out of sugar. Here's the really important part. This wasn't some peaceful, harmonious friendship like we're often told. This was diplomacy, politics, and survival. The treaty between the Pilgrims and Wampanoag held for about 50 years. But it eventually collapsed into King Philip's War in 1675, where hundreds of colonists and thousands of Native Americans died. So when did this become the Thanksgiving we know today? Fast forward to 1863. America is torn apart by the Civil War. A magazine editor named Sarah Josepha Hale had been campaigning for 15 years to make Thanksgiving a national holiday. She finally convinced President Abraham Lincoln, who declared the last Thursday of November as a national day of Thanksgiving on October 3, 1863. He hoped it would help heal a divided nation. Lincoln chose November because it aligned with the harvest season and the historical 1621 celebration. The holiday has been observed every year since, becoming the turkey on football tradition we know today. So there you have it, the real story of Thanksgiving. Not quite the simple tale of friendship we grew up with, right? History is messy, complicated, and always more interesting than the myths. If you learned something new today, hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me what surprised you most about this story. And don't forget to subscribe to Travel Trip Destinations for more fascinating history and travel content. See you in the next one.